Because you be like, what's up, you guys? What's up? What's up? Welcome to another episode of the Stub Show, where I bring you resources, new people to network with, and testimonies to take your leap of faith. So I thank you for joining me here for another episode here. Tonight's show is going to be great. My special guest is going to be talking to us women specifically. Now, men, we welcome you too, but she's going to be talking specifically to the women about clarity in a relationship. She is a coach, and she's going to be talking about how to get into that relationship, what to think about before you go into that relationship and say, okay, we're going to be exclusive, what to do during the relationship, and also how to walk up out of that relationship. We know that sometimes women, we have a problem with just walking away. So she's going to give you tips and a couple of little gems on how to handle that whole situation, because sometimes we stay too long and we just need to get up out of it. So I hope that you have had a fabulous day. I hope that you are feeling good. And I want to thank you. I want to thank you for joining me. I want to thank you for your support. I want to thank you guys for sharing and reposting on all the different platforms, because it's helping the show to grow. And without your support, I could not grow. So I thank you guys for that. So I am getting ready to introduce and bring my special guest to the stage, but I want to give her an official introduction before she comes on so that you guys can know more about her. Now, you know, guys, I'm not good with names. So I'm going to say her first name, and then I'm going to let her tell you guys what her last name is, because I don't want to mess it up. So let's get into the introduction of my guest on today. It is Miss Kate J. She is a seasoned relationship clinic coach with over 20 years of experience in helping women gain clarity and make confident decisions at the crossroads of their relationships. As the founder of Lift As You Climb Coaching, Kate blends her 20 years of therapeutic expertise into her coaching approach to guide women through their most intimate and complex challenges, whether that's revitalizing a current relationship or moving forward independently. Her mission is to empower women to take action quickly, fostering self efficacy and personal growth, define their values clearly so they can live lives filled with confidence, happiness, unapologetic authenticity and fulfillment. You can find her at her website as liftasyouclimb.com coaching. So we're getting ready to introduce my special guest on today to the stage. Hello, hello, and welcome to the Stub Show.
Hi, thank you. I appreciate that.
Yes. Now
Support is Juozaitis. So
is what?
easy. It's
Is what?
Juozaitis.
Juozaitis. See, I didn't want to mess it up, because you know I have stubs and people mess that all up. They be like stubby, studs, all types of things. So okay, say it again. Juozaitis.
Yo,
I got it. I got it.
Juozaitis. Juozaitis all day
Juozaitis.
long.
Juozaitis.
Yep.
Juozaitis. Can I
Those are
call you Kate?
simple.
Can I just call you Kate?
Absolutely. Kate, she is great. Kate, she is great. Kate, she is great.
I'm loving your energy tonight. Listen, I was going to ask how you feeling and how was your day, but obviously it was great.
Right there. No, wait. There.
Okay, what is it? We can't see it so well.
Oh, it says, fuck it.
I love it. Fuck it. You know what? You have a book that's up on your profile. What does that say?
The book that's on my profile.
It says something about fuck boring or something like that, or fuck it. Something. I just love it. How about that? Because sometimes people look at curse words as bad, but sometimes you have to say that, like, to put emphasis on what you're saying. Like, fuck it. Fuck it means either you're going to go forward or you gonna stay where you at and just let
Right.
it keep happening.
Yep.
So, well, thank you for bringing that powerful energy to the Stub Show because I'm all about that. So let's just get your interview started. Let's get right into it so we can make space for those who may have questions towards the end. What made you want to jump and take that leap of faith into dealing with relationship coaching?
A lot of it just has to do with my career experience. First and foremost, I'm just one of those people that jumps into things sometimes without thinking, like a lot of people do. I I started at a young age, so 17 years old, I joined a fire department after a rollover car accident. So I took trauma and tragedy and turned it into something positive. So I mean, I guess I've kind of always been that way. So I'm a hero. I'm a first responder. I'm a jump in. Let's get it done. We'll think about your feelings later, but like let's get into the muck of things. And that's just how I've always been. So being a therapist was just a natural calling.
Yeah, you know how to deal with people and how to get them out of emergency situations. Like you said, we're not going to stay in there and burn. We're going to get out before we let it burn. So,
Yep.
is there a certain amount of times that a woman should wait, a certain amount of time that a woman should wait before she decides to get into an exclusive relationship with someone? And if so, how long?
So timing can be a very tricky thing, right? Because there's a lot of motivations that people have to wanting to be in a relationship, and like you have to kind of just know where you're at. So I think sometimes we have to have clarity as to like who we are.
Hmm.
Um, I call it the show up unfucking apologetically who you are.
I need to get some of these t-shirts made.
Um, yes, I should. Um, but some of that, you have to know what drives you,
Okay.
right? So like what are your whys? But you also have to know is who you are too. So with that, I work with a lot of women and helping them understand like your values, your core values really help define who you are and how you make decisions and move in this world. So when you have that very clear and defined for yourself, it's
Hmm.
really easier then to find that person who's going to be your complement. Jerry Maguire, and I know I'm dating myself with the movie, but Jerry Maguire had it all wrong, right? Jerry was like, you complete me. So we're more of the we just want to find somebody who's our complement, right? And so that's like finding the puzzle piece that really fits.
Yeah. I see a lot of women saying that when you get out of a relationship, you should wait a certain amount of time before you jump into another one. And then some women are like, no, you just got to keep it going. You got to get out of one, get into another one, and just keep it moving. What would you suggest?
Um, I think timing is for that comes down to healing, right? Like you want to be a healed person and not packing up all of your baggage and expecting the other person to fix you.
Mm,
I tell women all the time, like we are incredible healers. We are nurturers by nature, and that is a beautiful and wonderful thing. But what you don't want that project. You don't want the guy, and you're like, oh, I can fix him. No, you can't.
yeah.
No, no. If you don't want to be fixed, you ain't gonna doing it. All the love in the world and throwing yourself at him isn't gonna make that happen. Please stop doing that. It is a waste of your time and energy. Your peace too, and we all need to like value our peace way more.
I'm so glad you said that fix you part because so many women think that they can fix a man. No, how he is how he's going to be until he fix himself. And I mean, not just men, but with women too, taking that time to heal. You know, some people will be like, well, how long you been out of a relationship? And if you say anything over a year or so, they like, well, what's wrong with you? Well, how about nothing is wrong with me? And I can see what's wrong with you. And that's why I decided I'm not getting into a relationship with anyone. Oh, and I see that someone put up a question. We're coming to that question soon because that's a good one. But can you see the questions on the side?
No.
Oh wow. Well, I can I'll read them to you. Someone just posted a great one. You know why? Because it's coming from different platforms. So I can see from Facebook, YouTube, and everything. But they have a good question. We're coming to you, Angie. So should a woman date more than one man at a time before deciding to enter into a relationship? That's a good one, right?
Oh, I hate this question so much.
Come on, let's bring it.
Okay, so that's very dependent on the woman, right? Like, if you have really solid boundaries for yourself, then my answer is yes, you can. The next question is, should you?
Okay.
Right? And that becomes important because if you know exactly what it is that you want and you have a goal, right? Then if we're going to be distracted by multiple people, we're not going to have a true clarity and sense of whether or not they're the good person for us, right? Because all we're in that like moment is we're in dopamine hit. It is
Mm,
just like boom, boom, boom. Ooh, this feels good. Ooh,
yeah.
right? And we're just on a high. And in that, then we're jacking our nervous system all up, and we're not then clear to like what works for us, right?
Mm.
We're just riding the high all the time. So while I say this is one where I'm going to be fickle, and that's not really who I am, but I'm going to be in this. If you know your values and you can have those solid boundaries with yourself and not be riding the waves of the emotion, the it feels good right now time, then my answer is yes. The truth is like we can't do two things at once. I had an ex-boyfriend a long time ago. I love him to death still today. And he had me do an exercise. He was in corporate training, and he was like, you just cannot do two things at one time. He's like, and you can't do it effectively. And I was like, okay, prove me wrong. We are women. We multitask everything. I was like, you're a liar. And then he had me like tap my head, rub my belly, and try to say the alphabet.
Did it work?
I couldn't do it.
A B C D E. I guess I could date 2 to 3 people at one time. I was doing it. A B C D.
Are you rubbing it? At some point in time, you fall off.
I get what he's saying, because you're right. If you have too many highs and too many great things, you can't do something effectively, meaning you can't put your all into that one
Yeah.
thing because you're putting it into too many places. Angie said, but what if we like the dopamine?
Well, I mean, we all do. I mean, the truth is we do. We all love that. We like to feel good, right? But then what we're dealing with is like, is this the momentary feel good, or is this is somebody who's going to invest in me feeling good all the time, right? We don't want those momentary things. We want the oh, you feel like home. Oh, I can take a deep breath.
Right.
I am building a sense of trust in you.
Mm.
And when we're always jacked up, when we're always high, thanks, Ange, and we're not in that authentic space.
Yeah. Someone else said, but what if it's a love? What if the love evolves? And what about if he or she is your soulmate? I guess what would you do with that? Do you just leave the other person alone and come over to there, or do you still need to take time? So let's say you're dating someone and you've been with them dating for a while, but you start dating someone else and realize that that person is more of your soulmate.
Mhm.
Do you kind of pull yourself from there, or do you stay where you are?
Again, it comes back to like, what's your goals? Right?
Mhm.
If your goal is to find that steady person who's going to invest in you and you have the similar values, not the same, similar values, similar goals for life, right? And you
Mhm.
have the same game plan, then why are you sharing your time? I mean, unless you're polyamorous, and that's a whole different thing. Like, that's a whole bucket that we could talk about at another time.
Another show.
That's a whole different show.
Right.
But like, if you're looking for that one person to make you feel safe and the calm, really, that's really the thing. I have so many people that come in, clients, patients over the years, and it's always like, well, we don't have chemistry. I'm like, well, how'd you make that decision on our second date? nobody has, you don't know enough about that person to decide if you have chemistry. What you just decided is, do I want to sleep with that person or not?
I love you, Kate.
That's not the
love
same thing.
Right. It's not the same. You just decided what you were going to do immediately versus long term, and you haven't even got to a decision of long term yet. Shout out to Angie. That must be your girl. She said, "I can tell you know what you're speaking about." Thank you.
Thanks, and
Thank you, Angie. So, what are 2 to 3 things that a woman should consider and have clarity on before jumping into a relationship?
I think, you know what, I took some notes for myself.
Go
So
ahead, pull them out. We want you to bring your
yeah,
expertise.
like, well, because I want to give you the facts, right?
Right.
You want to know your own values, clear,
Okay.
decisive, and it's really important to like know what your top 10 is and in some sort of order,
Okay.
right? Like there's a rhyme and reason to this, and it's science, right? Because when we have clarity, we behave differently. When we don't, we are in chaos, and people
Yeah,
in chaos make chaotic decisions. Um, you want to love yourself. That's
that's
really
right.
important. There are a lot of women, and I feel bad when they don't love themselves. They're very fixated and focused on the things that they don't like, that they don't celebrate these beautiful and wonderful things that they actually are.
Mhm.
And granted, society has us always looking for flaws, and
Yeah.
they're harder on us as women than
Hmm.
anybody else. And that's unfortunate. Um, so I want women to be very grounded in unapologetically being who you are. Just show up. Just show up. The right people are always going to love you, and that's just really important to remember. Um, I'm like,
One more.
one more. Oh, my biggest thing is you have to have a list of 100 or more things that you are looking for in another person.
100.
100. And here's the reason. Again, science and math. You will be lucky if you find 10 to 15%, 20 tops of what you're looking for in a person. And I have had women that have come in and they're just like, well, I have my list of 10.
Right.
Cool. You're going to get one.
Mm.
I'm like, you're looking at the bottom of the barrel then. And some of
Mm.
it's like reality. I'm like, you deserve more. Like, we just have to raise the bar. You deserve more. Right now, the big trending thing is the 6666 book.
Okay. Tell us about that.
So the 6 is 6 feet tall. They have to be 6 feet.
Okay.
The 6 figures, the 6 inches,
I knew that was one of them.
and the 6 pack. If that's all you're looking for, and
Yeah.
at
You will
most
get done with that quick.
you're going to get one. I mean, which one are you picking?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like, just have some reality. And the reality is, like, men aren't only looking for things in women. And if they are, they're not for you anyhow, because they're not good guys.
Right. And not going to last long. They're going to go and find those 4 things in someone else and keep going and
Yeah.
keep going and keep. I need to write 100 things out. I never thought about 100. Let me get out the bottom of the barrel. No, I'm just joking. I'm definitely not in the bottom of the barrel, but I need to write that 100. I just want to see if I can come up with 100 things that I really want in a man,
Right.
and just know those 100. I mean, I probably can think of 20 off the top, but I need to take it to 100. And I'm going to challenge myself for that and tag you. I'm going to challenge myself and or send it to you.
If you think about it, think about the things that you really love about yourself, and you should be able to come up with 100 things that you really love about yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And if you think about that, then it's very easy for you to come up with 100 things that you would be looking for in somebody else that complements you.
Okay. So, many women want to get into a relationship because they are feeling lonely. Is that a good enough reason to get into a committed relationship? Because some people like, oh, I'm lonely, or I want somebody to hang out with, or I want companionship. That's not enough.
No, that's codependency, and it's a disease.
Mm.
And that's just a fact. Like if you think that one person then is going to make you happy, you've put an awful lot of pressure on that one person. That pressure alone, they'll be like, I don't want to have anything to do with this, I'm out. Because it feels very smothering.
Mm-hmm.
But the other part is like, if you're lonely with yourself, you're disconnected from you. You should always show up and be your best friend. If
Yeah.
you were your best friend, you were never lonely. One. Two, what you put out there into the world is also what you're going to draw in. So if you are this bright, vibrant, like you're not a lonely person, you're a fun-filled person, you're a vibrant person, you're going to draw that. Like draws in like.
Mm-hmm.
So
And
if
that
you're in
also,
a lonely place, you're going to draw in that energy too. And again, like that's just not healthy for anybody.
and that goes back to the healing piece, like taking time to not be with anyone but yourself, to figure out who you are so that you can get into another good, healthy relationship. Because that's the goal, a healthy relationship. But your relationship can't be healthy with someone else until it's healthy with yourself. Judith said, that is good advice. The sex was so good, I ignored the red flags. The political polarity was horrible. Plus, I wasn't aware of the love bombing behavior.
Oh yeah. I mean, love bomb. That's like the biggest thing right now. Like I'm going to tell you what you need to hear right now. Again, dopamine, 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 dopamine. And if you're already so low, then you're just going to fall in on that and then decide that's love. Right? And it's not. And then you wonder then as you go along, you're more and more drained and empty and everything else. And it's because it's false love, right? And they
Yeah.
can take it like that.
Just love bombing, filling your head up. Another word, gaslighting.
Yep, sure
Let's
is.
throw gaslighting out there. You have people that know how to do that, and they come in right for you because you were lonely, and you attracted that other person that knew that you were lonely, and they
Yep.
hit you with them love bombs. So I'm not the kind of woman to go back to a relationship that I have already left. But you have a class to help women to rekindle a previous spark. What are some of your reasons in which a woman should or could go back to an old relationship? Because I'm one of those people where I don't care how long we were dating, if we were in a relationship, when I'm done, I'm done. And I don't know if I have the problem or what, but no matter what they do, I have never found myself going back to someone after I left. And I think it's because I deplete myself. So I beg, I ask, I try, I push. So after I give it all and I try to get you to change or, be better or come on over to the side, once I leave it, I have never went back. I don't care if we friends, I never go back to the sex or any of that. So what are your reasons that a woman should or could go back?
So what I want to props to you because you throw every stone first.
Yeah, I do throw my stones. I try.
Yeah. But there are a lot of women that don't know to throw the stones or at least pick them up and look at them. And they've just been kind of stuck in that rut of complacency. And I would say this for men too, because it's kind of well, I've got you, right? And so now that I got you, I don't got to do anything.
Yeah. Wait a minute.
No.
Fuck that.
Right. No.
Right.
That's not a thing. So there are couples that they just fall into that and they don't know how to go back. Women will take on the caregiver role. Now I'm taking care of you and I'm taking care of you. And let's add in all of the kids and the dog and your in-laws and like my in-law, like, right. They go into all of that and then they go further and further down onto the bottom of the list. And they're like, I remember loving you. Right? I remember that this was good. I still kind of like you, but I don't know. This isn't working, but I'm not ready to tap out. And so some of them, it's like renegotiating in those places of, all right, are they willing, right? Your partner, are they willing to play ball with you?
Mm.
right? Can you show up differently? Because if you show up differently in your own energy, do they respond? And sometimes it's just that you've got to do, watch, and then evaluate.
Mm-hmm.
And when you can do that, right? Because that's the biggest thing. Is like a lot of women, again, just in the rigmarole of life, don't stop to watch
Mm-hmm.
and they just keep doing the same things and they don't ever evaluate like what's not working. So if
Mm.
you can pause, and again, part of that is accountability. Like, all right, so we're going to do a thing, right? That's my job. Like, I'm going to come up with something. We're going to do a thing. And you're going to just stop,
Mm-hmm.
wait, watch, see. And if there's no change, right, and measurable changes, if there's no changes that are happening in the relationship or in yourself or in them and their interaction with you, then you're going to start developing more information to make a clearer decision for yourself. And it's not riddled in pain or resentment or anger or hostility, and that's really the most important part.
Yeah, taking that clear evaluation, and then not sometimes you got to be selfish in that relationship and say, you know what, although I love you, I want the best for us. I got to pull out,
Mhm.
and I think that so many people keep a relationship going until they hate one another.
Yep.
There's no way to rekindle because, or have a friendship afterwards because you done kept going instead of saying, you know what, I've evaluated this for myself. Either I can move forward or I can't. And because I can't, I'm going to do what's healthy for me. And that's me. Like you said, I throw those stones. I try to say, hey, can we do this? Can we try this? And I get myself to a depletion. And then I'm like, the hell with this. It,
Right.
it's billions of people in this world, and I love to travel. So deuces, I'm out. Fuck
I
it.
know.
I go right into fuck it. Okay, fuck it. I'm done with this. So we
Right.
get ready to take a quick break, and then we're going to come right back with our interview here on the Stub Show. I thank you guys for joining. We can ready to take this quick break. It's just really quick, and we'll be right back. Hey, what's up, you guys? I just want to let you know that I am
Oh,
seeking book authors to become a guest on our show. Now, it was Instagram Live, but now we're on all three platforms: Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. So, this is your way to grow and reach more people. Don't forget to email us at the LOF Network at gmail.com. And you can become a guest on the show and also have your book placed within the show. All right, you guys. I look forward to hearing from you soon. All right, you guys, thank you for joining me for that quick break. While we are still on a break, I want to let you know about our book sponsor. Make sure you guys purchase this book from Amazon. It's all about an exploration of mentorship and the quest for identity. Becoming Lion is the name of the book by the author Dayon McLaren Johnson. So make sure you check it out on Amazon and purchase that. And remember, if you would like to have your show have your book or product placed within the show and mentioned, you can just DM me or send me an inbox, whatever platform you are on, or email me, and I'll put the email in the chat section. Also, if you would like to become a future guest on the show, you can do the same procedure, and I will connect with you, and you can come on to the show and join me. We are now on with my special guest, Miss Kate. She is a relationship coach, and she is talking about clarity in the relationship. While we are on a quick break right now, go ahead and mention to the people, let the people know how they can connect with you.
You can either directly contact me through Lift As You Climb Coaching at gmail.com. You can find me at liftasyouclimbcoaching.com.
And I'm typing this in for you guys just in case, and it's lift as you
You
climb
coaching.
coaching so that you guys can email her just in case you need some support and help within a relationship that you're in or clarity before you even get in one. So my next question for you is, you also help women to exit a relationship with your Discover a New Beginning with Grace session. Please tell us more about that.
Well, again, because I've been a therapist for over 20 years, I've also been a divorce mediator for over 10 years.
Woo! You
Mhm.
look good. You don't look too stressed dealing with people going through a divorce.
No, because I've not been divorced. That's why I don't
Oh,
look.
okay. That's why. That's why. That's why. You have a little bit more patience.
I do. I do.
Yeah.
So, because of that, though, I mean, I have seen just people go through the ringer, and I've helped them navigate, truthfully, what ends up being the best negotiation that they could come up with. And people need to remember, like, part of this is you were with this person at some point in time because you did love them.
Mm-hmm.
And loving yourself can also mean letting them go with love.
Ooh.
Right? And loving somebody and loving yourself means I let go. And because of that, then people are very quick to lawyer up,
Mm.
and then they let, I mean, I've seen this so many times, it's so unfortunate. They let their lawyers run the show. And it's
Mm-hmm.
like, here's the thing, when you lawyer up, your lawyer works for you. So guess what? You get to dictate, you get to tell them what you want. If you don't know what you want, they're just going to spend your money.
Mm. Yeah.
And I've had people come in and they're just like, well, it doesn't matter. He's got to pay for it. Guess what? All of those assets are also yours.
Yes.
So while you think in this delusional thought that he's paying for it, no, 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 that's coming out of your portion.
Correct.
And so if you can come in and know exactly what you want very clearly, what you're willing to negotiate, and what you're willing to let go of, and work with that person of just like, I want to preserve my peace at all costs.
Mm.
And if you remind yourself that I'm moving towards peace and I'm moving towards healing, and with that, like, I can rebuild who I am. And if that is your focus, that's the goal on the horizon, right? Then you can show up differently in learning how to uncouple. And usually people that do it that way spend less time in court. They spend less money. Their lawyers get, well, I'll say pissed off because,
They want to spend money. They want
they
to
want
run.
those hours.
Mm-hmm.
They want those hours. They want that every 15 minutes, every time you text them, every time you email them, that's costing you money, right?
That's a business.
It is. And your business then is to look at my uncoupling, my divorce process, whatever that is just business. Put your feelings on the side. I mean, I'm not saying that it's not important, they are, but later. You need to be making good business decisions.
Yes, yes. And it's hard, not to go in there, especially when one doesn't want to give up and the other is ready to part ways.
Yeah.
And that's when that evilness come in and they like, I don't, they going after everything. I'm a divorcee, so I understand. And I've
Yes.
had it all taken. So I understand where it is. But sometimes, like you said, you want your peace so much. And when you go in with that attitude, you just want it to be whip, bam, thank you, ma'am. You just want it quick and over with because it can be drawn out. And like you said, those lawyers, it's a business. They want some money.
Yes.
Which segues us into what Angie asks. We're going into her question now. How do you know if the relationship is worth saving?
Hmm. I mean, the truth is you're not going to know until you know, right? And that's like, it is the gathering of information. If you're either going to be, I like that you are either fuck yes or fuck no. And if you aren't in either of those two boxes, then you might as well put in some work.
Mm.
And in that work, you come out with clarity. I had a couple yesterday actually ask me, they're just like, what's your success rate? And I was just like, 100%. And I'll double down on that.
Right.
And he was like, how? I was like, because no matter what, clarity occurs.
Mm. Yeah. And that's success that people don't understand. So even if I'm not with you, I have clarity with myself. And
Yep.
because I have clarity with myself, I can walk away in peace. So many people are so bitter after relationships. And I think it's because one, they got in not knowing who they were, and they left it even more insane.
Yeah. And that's so true. It's
Mhm.
true, and it's sad, and it's unfortunate. And it also doesn't have to be that way.
Yeah, it doesn't. And that comes with learning how to uncouple. And that's why I believe that people need you in their lives, because they stay until the well is dry and they have kids involved, businesses involved, and everything. And it's like, hey, you might have should have found out if you were on the fuck yes or fuck no list before you just stayed in the middle, because now you're at the I hate him, can't stand him, hope he dies list. And it's like, you wouldn't have been there if you just would have got clarity in yourself, walked away and said, baby, maybe we can fix this later,
Yeah.
or maybe we can just be friends, or let's run this business and let's cut this shit out. So the next question is, why do you think that so many women have guilt and problems with wanting to leave their long-term relationships and they end up staying in it although they want to exit?
Uh, the amount of shame that women go through.
Hmm.
And that's just it. Brené Brown talks about it, like the cycle of shame that just women get. And again, because we're treated so differently, because we're not seen in a lot of ways. We all got fed the same information, right? You're not anybody unless you're with somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that one just like
Cater
infuriates.
to a man.
Ugh, just makes me so bad. You know, and so then once you have the coveted, problem solve, of, oh, I've got this person, then, oh, I have to make it work. Why?
Yeah.
Or there's this fear of, I don't know that I can do it or be without this person.
Mm.
The disappointing, I'm going to disappoint my family. I mean, that's more of a cultural thing that I see more now, is like, oh, I can't disappoint my family at
Go to
all.
church.
Or church, you're right. You're right. But it's just like, we're inundated with all of these expectations and mixed messages, right? And that's so confusing on top of it. Like, you have to be the best mom, but you better go to work. Like, all of these, like, we can't do it all. And if we can't, then there's something wrong with you. And then we're just shamed upon, you know, and that's why, because shame is such a debilitating feeling.
Mm. That's true.
And when you can like pull out from underneath that curtain of shame and just be like, right there,
Fuck
fuck,
it. Fuck
right?
it.
You're not living your life for anybody but you. So let them shame you. Let them, fuck it, let them.
Yeah.
They don't define you, you do.
Yeah, and it won't last for long. It's by a week or so, it'll be some new story, something else came up that they're shaming or focusing on. It's just letting that guilt go and saying, you know what, this is what I want to do for me, because I'm crying at night, I'm feeling sad during the day,
Yeah.
anxiety attacks. I can't handle this, I can't do it. And some women are doing the whole relationship by their damn self.
Yep. Oh yeah. 100%. 100%.
And it's
Right.
like you're already doing it by yourself. He's just popping in and out 1% of the relationship. Why not just do the whole 100% by yourself? Heal yourself and find somebody that's going to complete the other part of your completion.
Compliment.
Compliment. Let me remove that.
Rewind, rewind.
Let me spit that out. Yes. What's the word?
Compliment. You want a compliment.
Compliment, not complete, compliment, because you complete you.
Yeah.
So let's get into these because we're getting ready to come around. I want to make sure we're rounding about so we can get these last two in. So you are a relationship coach. Please explain to us the difference between a relationship coach and a therapist, because I seen on your website you're big on that.
I am. So therapists, need to make everything medically necessary. So I'm looking for symptoms. Oh, did you go away?
I'm there. I just made you. I just put you there.
So therapists look for symptoms, problems, and it has to be measurable, right? Because if you're seeing a therapist, the likelihood is we have to use a medical model. And therapists are always looking backwards.
Mm.
Coaches are looking at you from right where you are today and where you want to go. And our goal as a coach, I should say, the goal as a coach is I'm going to take you where you are and get you in some momentum steps moving forward so that you feel like I have made progress. I'm doing my shit and I can either go it alone or I can just utilize some additional like coaching. Like I can show up and be like, hey, I need a check-in, like, and get pushed forward. Right? It's like different. Therapists kind of show up and they're like, they hold your feelings. I sound like an asshole, but I'm like, they kind of hold your feelings and they're like, oh, that's too bad. So how'd that feel?
Mm-hmm.
And they're that.
Most of the work, actually.
Huh?
You're doing a lot of the work on your own.
Yeah.
You don't know it.
Right. And then as a coach, I'm just like, all right, so here's the game plan. You're going to do this, and then I'm going to check in. You're going to do this, and I'm going to check in. Right. The see, watch information.
Yeah.
Like, do you see how far you've gone? Right.
Mm-hmm.
And let's check in. How does all of that transformation, and that's the difference, transformation, look for you in the future?
And instead of holding you there for years and years, well, I'm going to see my therapist, and all you're really doing is probably not to knock therapists. I'm just saying more than likely you're doing more so of the venting versus actually putting in the work to say, okay, I'm doing 6 months with you, I'm doing 10 months with you, 12 months, and then you're going to be gone. It's not my goal to keep you all your life and then keep your children and everybody else down. It's like, well, listen, I'm getting you in and I'm getting you out because you're going to be healed and you're going to be better. I don't need you forever. So, with the work that you do and all the years that you have been doing it, let us know what has been the best and the worst experience as a relationship coach.
The best is seeing people's lives change. The best is just that, like seeing the forward progression, the transformation to having somebody who's just like, this all sucks. And then, a few weeks later, they're just like, oh my God, I didn't know that this was even possible. Right? Because they're taking the actions and they feel confident taking those things. Like that is amazing. The worst is those that know that they need to take the actions and they don't see themselves doing it. And that's really the worst, just to sit there and be like, all right, well, you'll get there when you get there. And that just like, I want to breathe light and love into everybody. I want people to learn to become the heroes in their own lives. And so when people aren't ready to take that step, that's the worst. And it's not like I'm failing, but it's just like, oh, I want you to see what I see in you.
Right. And I want you to grow and get to where you need to be. And the key word that you said in the good experience versus, the negative is the confidence. Once the people build up that confidence, I think that helps them to do a lot in life. When women are lacking that, they're lacking so much, even in their parenting and, as a mother and as a mom. I want to thank you for joining me on today. This was great. Like this was for other people, but it was also for me because I'm single. So I learned a lot from you. And I know that as I reshare this show and keep the conversation going throughout the week and other people keep the conversation going, women are going to learn a lot. And I hope that you guys reach out to Miss Kate to get the information that you need and helping people with their fucked up relationships, because that's what I see in your heading down there, helping people with their fucked up relationships. And that's what a lot of people are in, and they don't want to admit it. And like you said, that shame. Get rid of that. So make sure you guys connect with her at Lift As You Climb Coaching, which is liftasyouclimbcoaching@gmail.com, liftasyouclimbcoaching.com. And you guys can follow on Facebook. We'll put all that information out. And if you are on our Instagram page, we would definitely be putting that out. Also, you can follow her at claytherapeuticservices.com. Your Instagram is actually, I think, is one of them under Clay?
Because I do have two businesses. I do have a therapeutic group practice, and then I have my coaching, and they are separate. So,
and you do virtual, right?
Yep.
Okay, so great, because we're here in DC, and I know you're in what, Illinois?
I am.
So you guys can do virtual with her. And she seems to have the experience that you need to help you get through it. My big thing is y'all need to go to the website, and some of y'all need to go to this decoupling section. I ain't saying no names, but a lot of y'all
you know who you are.
You know who you are, and you need to connect with her to just help you get out and just get that clarity. And before you jump into another relationship, get some clarity. But before I allow you to go, I always have my guests leave the audience with something positive. Anything you want to say, it could be whatever it is that's on your mind. Leave the people with something positive before you go.
Oh, well, my tag is always the same. I'm like, light and love always and in always.
I love it. And ... fuck it.
And learn to embrace the fuck it.
Yes, learn to embrace it. I love it. I really enjoyed your energy. That's most important. If I was there and I needed to come for coaching, you have the energy to help people build that confidence, to just get up in the morning and say, I can do this. Like, I can get through this. And to be able to have you coaching through the process, I think is amazing. So I thank you for joining us here on the Stub Show. And maybe in a couple of months, we'll bring you back on. Are you an author too, right?
I'm not. That is my next step.
In a few months, I just threw it out there. That's the confirmation. We're gonna bring you back on to talk about your book. Judith says she appreciated your authenticity and being on the show. And she got great advice from you. Thank you, Kate. And hello, DC. Yes, hello, wherever you from, Judith. Thank you. So we thank you, and you continue to have a blessed evening.
Thank you.
And come back. When you write the book, make sure you DM me and say, I'm ready. And we coming back on to promote the book.
I love it. I love it. Thank you.
All right. You have a good day.
All right.
All right. You guys remember you can connect with her on her Facebook. We'll have all that information up. But make sure you go to her website at liftasyouclimbcoaching.com. Get the support and help that you need for your relationship. Listen, whether you in it, whether you out of it, or you going into it, make sure you have clarity and have what you need before you just walk into it, because a relationship should be something that you want to last. And if you in it and it's not working out, get your ass up out of it. Your mindset is real important, and that's what's important. So before we leave, I'm going to play a quick, I'm going to take us out with our special video for today. Remember, if you are a music artist and you have music that you would like to be played on the show, I am looking for videos for the end of the show to put up. This particular video I am in, so I definitely want you guys to see it and go to support it on Facebook. The artist name is Mo, and you can find him on Instagram at m.o.e official page, and he's also on Facebook at Maurice Johnson. I thank you guys for joining me here on the Stub Show. We're getting ready to go really quick into this video for today, and then we're going to get ready to exit the show for this evening. Let's put this on. Here we go.
Man, I'm so tired of looking. I just want a simple love, nothing too complicated, I mean. But it just seems like every time I think I found something, it turned out to be nothing, man. Like a huge disappointment and shit.
I think I finally finished the jump.
Oh, for real? Let me hear that joint.
Maybe y'all can help me out. Baby, tell me why. Hung, I'm giving up. Tower throne, I'm all alone. I don't give a fuck. What do others have that I don't got? Keep passing me over, but baby, where's my shot? We hardly speak, we texting, we tweet. We playing phone tag, or is it hide and seek? You keep running, I'm keep chasing. What does it stop? Baby girl, understand you got my heart on lock. Tell me why. So exhausted, man. Just looking and looking. Know what I mean?
Where is she at? Wait, who it? You know who I'm talking about. Ain't nobody
Why
here
haven't
with
you
us.
been answering your phone? Just
You
left.
recording. You lying.
She just left.
Yeah, exactly. She probably left.
Hey, yo, yeah.
Cause you're not answering your phone, and you sitting in this goddamn
18
studio trying to make a career out of it.
He is
I'm about to
stinking
whoop
with your
her
friend
and you.
for hours.
Where
Just
she
being
go?
stinky.
Where she at? Move.
Cause if you find him, I'm ready.
Damn, so you happy? Is there anybody in there?
I
got something for you because you're lying. So can I come over later?
No.
You can see it in my eyes. I'm running out of time. You know, I just want something to go my own. Is that too much to ask?
Hey, how you doing today?
How you doing?
Oh, what can I get you?
Let me get a beer.
You want a beer? All right.
Thank you, sweetie. Thank you.
What's wrong?
Man, I had a long day. You wouldn't even believe it.
Oh, really? You want to talk about it?
Yeah.
Oh, tell me a little bit.
They tell me not to look and it'll come to me. Have faith, abstain, the rest is history. I just want what I really think is due to me. My 5'1" hazelnut escort the ecstasy. I look and I look, I search and I search. We playing crosswords, or is it word search? You keep running, I keep chasing, what will it end? My heart hurting, feeling like I lost my best friend. Tell me why. Looking for you, girl, where you at? You can see it in my eyes, I'm running out of time. I'm so for real. Just wanna make you mine. You girl, you girl, you girl. You girl, you girl, you girl. You girl, you girl, you girl. You girl, you girl. You girl, you girl, you girl. You girl, you girl, you girl. You girl, you girl, you girl.
Thank you for listening. I appreciate it.
Yeah, you seemed like you had a really rough day. I'm so sorry you went through that.
Oh, I did. No doubt. I like what I see, and I was wondering, can we, get together afterwards? So can I get to know you better? Can we build
Sure.
upon this?
Sure, as long as I'm not going to get any of that drama that you had earlier today.
I can promise that. I can promise that.
Let me take down your number with it. I was talking all that smack, and all y'all seen was the movement without the hearing the vocals. I was saying that I ain't even gonna repeat it. Just know that I thank you for your support. Make sure you guys continue to run the views up on that video for my boy Mo. He has some good music. He's a great artist right here, hailing out of DC. Remember, email me if you want your music played here on the Stub Show, or if you would like to be a guest, or if you have a business or brand commercial and you're looking for a place to have your commercial played, you can just email it to me and we will have you as part of the show. And every time my guests in other states and other people share the interview, your commercial will be played within the interview. So I'm helping you to connect with new people. So make sure you email me. I'm getting ready to go, you guys. I thank you so much for your support. Remember, I'm on YouTube, the Leap of Faith Network. I'm on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. Just type in the Stub Show. It'll come up. You could go on Google and it'll bring you all. I appreciate you guys. I'll see you next week. Just to let you know, coming up next week is I'm looking at my board, you guys. On October the 23rd, we got Shanette Allen coming on. She's talking about breast cancer awareness. Also, coming up on the 14th, we have Miss Janice Burton on. She's a marriage planning mogul. So if you guys are thinking about getting married, you need to be on this show next week because she's going to be telling you what you need to think about and what you need to know before you get married. Also, coming up on October the 28th, I'm going to have Miss Scott on from Fantastic Future Birth Beyond. We know parenting doesn't come with a handbook and you just don't know what to do sometimes. So she's going to help you with parenting skills and parenting advice. So you guys make sure you log on every Monday and Wednesday at 8 p.m. right here on Instagram, YouTube, or Facebook. I'll see you guys next week. Repost, reshare, repost, reshare, repost, reshare, repost, reshare. I'm gone, y'all.